Rolling Loud, which is the largest hip hop music festival in the world, has 6 locations around the world: Miami, LA, New York, Toronto. I believe they did Netherlands, Portugal, and I think they just announced Thailand for next year. And we're talking, 80,000 people at these festivals. So massive music festival, massive IRL event company that has been incredibly successful at building culture around music and around hip hop. They have announced that they are dropping an NFT called LOUDPUNX. So let me just give you a little bit of a breakdown of this. This NFT collection is not dropped yet. Their current date for mint is November 9th, although I heard that in an interview, like they haven't actually published that online anywhere. So, classic, it's Web3 and smart contracts are complex. So it might be November 9th. It might not be. It's a 10,000 collection. It is a PFP, but the purpose of it is not, as Kyle just said, the purpose is not art, but you could use it as a PFP if you wanted. The purpose of this is all utility. And why this is so freaking cool is because of the utility. So the main utility that you get for this is you get a lifetime pass to all Rolling Loud festivals. So you want to go to LA, Toronto, New York, Miami, boom, you're into all of these. Now, they have not announced what the mint price is going to be, so do not know that yet. We will update you guys in the coming weeks once that news comes out. But we do know a ticket to this event costs somewhere between, I think it's about $500 to $1,500, depending upon, are you GA or are you VIP? And there will be other utility as well, special will call line, access to lounges at the events, premium Discord, like that sort of thing. But pretty cool to see a major IRL event. It's not the first. Coachella has done an NFT and a couple others. I think, I can't remember the name of the other one. A couple others have done this, but this is the first that's a 10,000 piece collection doing an NFT. Kyle, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Am I the only person that thinks that giving lifetime access to all of your in real life events is a terrible idea? What is the business model here? They're going to have to sell these things for so let's say, you said their VIP tickets are $1,500 probably, but I get to go to every single, remember, this is on the blockchain. So this NFT is there for forever. Even after I die, I can give it to someone else. And so let's say the next 200 years, maybe that's how long what's this called? LOUDPUNX or whatever goes for. Okay. 200 years is ridiculous. Let's even 50 years, even 20 years, right? We're looking at, and I guess there's more than one event of these per year, right? You said there's 6 per year. So if I go to all 6,
currently there's 6, there might be, they're building more.
Okay, so that's 10K a year if I went to every single one. And let's add 10 years to that. There's 100K. Okay. So they need to sell at least 100K per NFT in order to make money here. Otherwise, this makes no sense. So look, Coachella did this, I think it was, and who's the other one? Was it Tomorrowland or whatever? I'm not against lifetime access to things. I mean, this is the series that I'm writing right now about tokenizing communities. It's all kind of you give lifetime access to something if you want to build with that community and you want to create something of more value. Otherwise, I don't really understand a business model ever, where you would just say, hey, buy this thing one time, but I'm always going to have to create value for you. Because what this means is if people buy these, I don't know what they're going to sell them for $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever it's going to be, they now have to make sure that they have an event and a VIP access and everything working for these people for the next 100 years, right? So they're going to make $5,000 with people, and now they have to cater them for 100 years. How does that make any sense as a business model? It doesn't. It makes 0 sense. So to me, if you're going to do this, subscription model, why would you not make, I get the idea of having an NFT, you can go to all these events and it's cool and you can get extra things and join a Discord and blah, blah, blah. That's great. But in order to hold that NFT, I should have to pay, or someone should have to pay $1,000 a year or whatever, I don't know, whatever amount they want. Otherwise, I just don't get it. Because after a year, to me, it seems like now they're just at a loss of every single one of these. The only way I would say maybe this makes sense, and I think this is what Coachella did, is you sell maybe 10 of them, but you do an auction. And so now you have your biggest fans all kind of like trying to buy this thing, and it probably goes for like, you know, hundreds of thousands. Okay, that makes sense. You know?
Coachella sold 3 tiers of NFTs, and the top tier was a lifetime pass. There was 10 of them, and they went for, and it was an auction, as you mentioned, and they went for 170,000 to 250,000.
Right. Okay. So now your margins make sense. Plus the benefit of, I'm sure that gets in media and all this stuff. So like it hypes up your festival. So like, I like that. But 10,000, that's like more than 10% of the entire people who show up to your festival. And after the first one, it's now you're at a loss. And now you got to do this for the next 100 years. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Okay, well, let's first assume they did the numbers on how many people are going to use these at each event, right? And let's say that they get, I mean, conservatively, first, let's assume that they have 60% unique owners, right? Let's all remember NFTs, a lot of people are buying multiple of these, right? Very common in these collections. So let's say you have 50% unique owners, 60%, let's say, unique owners. That would be a pretty standard. Then let's say of those 60% unique owners, 6,000 of them, I don't know, like conservatively, like maybe 30% would show up to each show. Maybe like, and even that would be high, right? So I don't think you're not getting, you know, everybody coming to every show. But you make an interesting point. Like, if we look at the business case here, what's the business case? Is the business case the finances? Is this a massively, so let's look at that. And then what are the other business cases here? Because there is other business cases here, which we talk about all the time on Web3 Academy. It's not just about profit. There's community. There's huge opportunity to build with people in your community. So on the business case side, I'm not convinced on the business case unless they sell at a price high enough, or unless they say that the cost of actually fulfilling this, maybe it's not a very high cost for them. Because if you look at it like this, I would bet that festivals like this can easily throw another 3,000 people in there. They're probably not like sold out. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got big grounds. Oh, you want us to throw another 3,000 people in here? No problem. Yes, they have to produce a special lounge for them, and sure, that has cost. But I don't think there's a massive cost for them to fulfill these. And then I think the other thing on the business case side is, okay, who are they selling these to? And this was the big unlock for me, and why I think they're doing this right now in a bear market is they're not trying to sell these to their typical ticket holders, because their typical ticket holders don't want to buy NFTs. They actually got pretty roasted on Twitter for this, right? Because what does mainstream think about NFTs? Mainstream hates NFTs, right?
So you think that they're trying to sell this to the Web3 community and bring in new customers?
Exactly. And you know how I know this? You can only buy an ETH. You cannot buy this using your credit card or using any fiat. So you must buy an ETH, which means you're already in Web3. And I think they're sitting there saying, look, we've got the PR hype machine that can generate enough traffic to this, that can make the Web3 community like go, oh shit, lifetime pass utility. What, like, oh, you think I should buy this other NFT project that's promising some big metaverse and some big story? No, like, look at this. This is real utility right now. And let's say they sell it for 5,000. Let's say they do about 2 ETH, right? That's 5,000 ETH times 10,000. That's $50 million that they would do, right? Now, maybe lifetime that $50 million is not a lot.
The Taylor Swift story. It's the Taylor Swift story you just explained.
But here's the thing. What's $50 million worth now? What can you do with that? Can you invest that $50 million and make it worth a lot more, right? You know, potentially. So I think, go ahead.
My question is, are they, because here's what I think happens. They do this, and you're right, maybe it just goes to Web3 people and they get new people in. That's cool. But once their actual fans, like the people that actually go to all these events, get wind of this and go, oh, I can get lifetime access, they're going to go and get their ETH and get a MetaMask wallet, and they're going to buy these things, and they're going to use the fuck out of these things. You know what I mean? And so now, now they're screwed because they're making no money off of their best people. So to me, it makes more sense where you still use an NFT. I think the NFT idea is great. One, because you can do different experiences and stuff, and that's cool. There's a limited amount, so that NFT can go up in value, especially for those who are part of this. Like for me, the way that I see it is this is bringing your community together. They hold this thing. They're now like the most VIP you can get. They go to all the events. They are now incentivized to make these events better because then their NFT may go up because there's more people who want to buy them, right? So that to me is cool. It's just they don't really make any money off this unless they're trying to rely on royalties, which we just talked about is a stupid idea. So for me, the way you do it is have an NFT, but in order to hold it, you pay a subscription fee. And now every year you got to pay it. So at least the sound, whatever, is making money off of this, but they still have people who are incentivized, you know, unless this is like a DAO and they want to like share some revenue and these are builders or like people who might help them take their business to the next level, then okay, it's well worth it. Just give them the NFT. It's kind of like equity. Maybe you share some revenue, but if it's just actually going to be people who just want to attend their shit, I don't understand why they would do this. It's just, it doesn't, other than maybe they have this cool investment plan where they're going to take this 50 million and toss it in ETH and hope it 10x's in the next year. You know,
cool investment plan. That's just your investment plan, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. It's we'll see how it plays out, but
I think the other thing that we have to recognize here is if you are a major business and you have an opportunity to create a community of 10,000 massive, like loyal fans right now, what is the long-term effect of that? Is where does that, you know, we talk about wanting to decentralize, right? We talk about wanting to build culture with our community. We talk about wanting to involve our community in our products and in our decision making. And I'm not even necessarily talking about a DAO, but this is the way you do that. Like, to me, this is a massive commitment to the ethos of Web3. They're saying, hey, we want to play in Web3 and we're going all out. Whether it works financially, again, I think Kai, you and I both admit we're unsure of the finances of this, but I don't think they're completely ignorant to the finances. I'm sure they crunch the numbers. I think more so, I think what they're doing is they're looking at this and they're saying two things. One, we can probably raise $50 million, whatever it's going to be, 20 to 50 million, it would be my guess right now in a bear market. Holy shit, let's go fucking do it. And
well, it's not a bear market for them. Well, I mean, it is, but I don't think hip hop's getting impacted right now. People are going to festivals.
Usually entertainment does not get impacted.
We live in the crypto world, so it's a bear market to us. Everyone in mainstream's like, what are you talking about? What's a bear market?
The recession's hitting you too soon. Don't worry.
I'll tell you what I think they're going to do with this. They're going to rug the Web3 community, and they're not even going to have another festival next year. They're just like, let's sell these things 50 million, and this is the last year they're going to run a festival.